Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, I got my buddy Patrick's rackets, and he's chosen to go with Natural Gut on the main, and then Enso on the cross. But Toroline also makes a hot pink Enso, though. Can you tell the difference? Is there a difference? Stay tuned. Is this on?
Harry, what are we doing here?
Oh, hey, bud. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I'm just setting up my SwingVision over here so that during our hitting session, we can, see how bad I'm doing today.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But you won't be doing bad, Harry.
No.
You'll be moving your feet, watching the ball.
This is why I love you, buddy. All right, guys. So my buddy Eric at Toroline has always said to me, we test our strings pretty rigorously, and we only choose the colors that play the best. We get people to test them out, and we get feedback, and then we choose which colors get into production. So as you guys know, my favorite Toroline string is Enso currently, and I kind of like the gray one. They also make a hot pink one. I wanted my buddy Patrick, since he just switched to the Enso on the cross, to see if hot pink would change anything. I'm not going to tell him what this is. I'm really not going to tell him what this is. So he's not going to know it's going to be Enso on Enso, because he has a very, very, very kind of sensitive hearing, because he does play an instrument and he has very sensitive feeling. So I wanted to see from him if there's a difference in feel, play, and sound. All right, so let's go hit and we'll get back to you with Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Patrick's 2 rackets here, and he switched to Enso on the cross with Wilson Gut on the main. So he switched to Enso, okay? And this is one that's been used. These 2 were freshly strung, and we just got off the court with them. You played with the normal one first, and you kept saying something about that racket.
This is number 1.
Yes, number
one.
Number 1. This
okay,
is number
I didn't
1.
look at the labels.
I didn't tell him what it was.
Yeah, I didn't look at the labels.
No, that's number 1.
Yeah.
What did you think of number 1?
Number 1 was good, but I felt like there was that feel again, that weird plasticky feel. Like it didn't thump like this one.
Really?
It didn't thump. But then again, maybe there needs to be a break-in period.
This is 5 weeks old.
Yeah, this has been run through the mill.
Yeah.
You can even tell. I don't read stencil.
Yeah.
So you can see the wear.
Yeah.
between the two.
So number one, you thought was
it was
little...
good. I couldn't settle in. I'm wondering if there is a break-in period.
Yep.
You know, so obviously I like my strings broken in. Right? Yeah. So it's good I didn't see that, because I was like, I couldn't rein it in.
So it is Enso and gut, your normal thing, natural gut and Enso at your tension.
Got it.
That's interesting though. So this is yours. This is like weeks later.
Yeah.
And you weren't loving it off the bat.
No,
which is
I had a hard time reining it in. Like I couldn't. It wasn't a control thing. At first, I thought, oh man, is it too powerful, or is it underpowered, or what? I couldn't figure it out. It could be me. Could be the lighting. Could just be me today. But when I switched back to the old one, I felt like I hit better.
Interesting.
But I think there needs to you need to put in like 5-10 hours into this before you starts feeling like
it's worn in a bit.
Yeah, like I really want to know when this one starts to give, because like like we were saying in past videos, the reason why I like Enso Pro is because it holds up longer. The tension maintenance is there.
Right.
Whereas Alu drops after like 3 weeks. You know.
Okay, so what did you think of the salmon hot pink?
So yeah, again, I didn't look at the label. I didn't know what this was, so I don't even know what the setup is. This was a lot of power. Like I couldn't keep it in the cord for a long time, but it felt comfortable. I would say, if you're to go with the 2 right off the bed, this felt a little softer than the Enso and the natural gut.
So this is Wilson Natural Gut.
Yeah.
And Enso Pink.
So what is the difference in Enso Pink?
Color.
Just color.
Yep.
Why was this softer then? Well,
color. It could be color.
But that was the thing, because most, what we know is when you add colors, when things get more brittle.
Right. It gets firmer.
Yeah. So you would think maybe gray should be more closer to a natural color.
I mean, I think no matter what you have to do, you're adding a layer of color into something.
Right.
I mean, I know that we learned in the Yonex video that for some reason that purple magenta-ish was the firmest, and that was a light color.
Yeah.
The orange was soft. The white was kind of soft.
Yep.
So I know Eric at Toroline tests all these strings and has a bunch of people testing these strings to see what color plays the best. And obviously Enso played well in the black gray, and it played well in the pink. See, I wanted you to do this because you can hear and feel it.
This felt a little softer and felt more launchy. Like this felt more powerful. Like I was like, okay, I got to really kind of lay off the pedal to kind of control it. Whereas I was controlling the ball better with this guy.
I agree with you, actually. This, for some reason, the dark one felt tighter by a couple pounds. And that felt looser by a couple pounds for some reason.
And they're both 55.
They're both 55. I did one after another. I didn't want you to look at it all. Yeah. But I wanted to see. I
mean, this played nice.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that was comfortable off the bat.
But yeah, it was like, like I could see where the gray, I want a little break in. Because I think when we did this test, you threw me Solinco 18, confidential 18.
Yeah.
And it's still very harsh, especially on mishits. So Enso Pro is like king on the pedestal. So this is Enso Pro 2.
Yes.
In a different color.
Right.
They definitely play different.
We think that this is a little livelier, a little more springy, a little higher launch angle, perhaps. A little more power, actually.
Yeah.
The black is a little deader is the only way I can describe it.
That's a good way to put it.
Not as powerful, not as launchy. And then I'm talking about 5% ish that you're just getting a hair more power off of this.
Yeah.
But 5% in tennis is in or out by, I would say, 3 to 6 inches. So if you had to choose which one you play with, which one would it be?
See, right now, how flip-floppy my game has been, You know, I feel like I'd want to control it more. You know, and you know, like I said, if I'm trying to throw a spin, for some reason I think I spin better with this bag. But granted, I haven't hit with this forever and a day.
Right.
But when we just hit regular balls, they were sailing. They're going nice and deep, which would be good, right? So, but I got to trust that I can control something, right? Yeah. So I'd really like to know with that if it is just the pigment or they did something different.
No, it's the pigment.
It's got to be the pigment.
Yeah, I've spoken to them about this.
Yeah.
So if I were gonna play right now, I'd take this. It's just more comfortable to me. It just there's a little more spring, there's more action off of it. When I spin it, it actually spins more. When I cut it, it actually cuts more. So, I mean, if I needed a control and I was, you know, just jacked on caffeine, then I'd probably want this one. But normal day, this is just more comfortable to me.
Well, it's what's interesting. If we go back to the 5-week-old,
right?
These two, this and the salmon, are closer together.
Yeah. Yes.
See what I mean? So that's why it's like, okay, you know what? This is going to get softer. When this gets softer, how is it going to react?
Right. That's true.
Right? Is it going to get too mushy, or is it going to get more powerful? Right.
That is true.
Because this is like, I would say, if you put this as your scale, one end of the scale, and then this one is not in the middle. It's kind of leaned a little bit more toward the pink.
Yep. It's got more of a broken in feel.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. So when these break in, it's interesting what this one's going to do.
Right. Probably get too loose, and
I'll find out.
A little out of control.
I'll find out for you.
That's right.
I'll put it through the screws.
But like immediately, I'd choose this one. Patrick would choose this one. Okay. All right, Patrick. Thank you so much for letting me manipulate your rackets. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.